Hello gamers, this is Pet and welcome to Pet Plays Football Manager 2014, I almost said 13, Season 2, Episode 1. We finished the season. I was actually thinking about the first season and how I did the videos, and yes, I know it would have been much more interesting to actually show you the finals and the penalties and stuff like that, but as I've said in the last episode, it was one of the weirdest and hardest seasons I ever had. And it was kind of weird to play and very emotional. And I said, okay, I'm not really in the mood to cast this game. And now maybe because I've called myself a bit, maybe I will do this season a bit more interesting. We have, oops, wrong button. We have just started. It's 3rd September 2014, and we did some transfers. We have some problems, of course, and we did a 1-1 with Newcastle. So basically, our friendlies were okay. We did a 2-1 with Anderlecht. I got these two friendlies. And I was like, hey, look, we managed to beat Anderlecht, but then we lost to this team. I have no idea what Jupiter Pro. It's from Belgium, and that was weird. So then with Everton, this was an interesting game because we kind of had possession. Look, we had possession, we had occasions, right? Look how many shots, but then in the end, they simply managed to score. So this is it, minute 78. Kevin Miralas scored pretty easily. I mean, they score so easy with the players they have. I mean, not really easy like it was so easy for them, but boof, bam, you see? It's there. The other guy is there. And then he shoots and it goes nicely and perfectly in. Also check this second goal by Darren Gibson. A really long and then he was completely free. A really long free kick by Leighton Baines, who's one of my favorite defenders left. Too bad that we are never going to have him. He has kind of these weird beards, right? I mean, he's 29, he has the face of a boy if you somehow ignore, or if you only put the eyes and his head, and then if you somehow manage to show his pubic hair, it's looking like a pubic hair. Anyway, he's a good player. Then we got with Chelsea, and it started pretty bad. I wanted to say it started pretty well, but no, it seems that I remember another game. Then this was a bit bad with Sheffield United. They are basically in the championship, right? And we got them in the cup, in the Capital One Cup, and I said, okay, this is we should beat them, right? It was a 1-1. And I was a bit, they basically scored in minute 10 and I was like, oh man, what the hell. And look, we had a lot of occasions actually. And we finally managed to score in the end. But this is the first goal that came in minute 10. Taylor Fletcher is still playing and look how beautiful he passed. And Murphy was there. And Manolev, I will tell you about him in a second. And then we managed to score in minute 59. It was a pretty good goal. Bam, and then Jedinak, boof, a nice goal. I'm showing this in 2D because I don't want to change the screens yet. It's not really that interesting anyway. And then with Newcastle, we were basically lucky because it was an own goal in minute 11. It's kind of funny in a way. Check this out, Cisse, but our defender was there. Abdi intercepted, and then basically their defender tried to pass to Krul, and it was an own goal. So we haven't scored in the Premier League yet. And then in minute 58, here's what I mean. I mean about easy. I mean, he was, look, bam, and then goal. No problemo. We still you see, we still had some occasions, but nothing spectacular. I don't even remember something, and me being like, damn it, we missed. It was like, I don't know. So let me actually show you the transfers. Transfers history. We sold Javier Acuna. Finally, we didn't needed him. He's kind of a smiley guy. He's always cheering me up. We sold this guy. I mean, I was looking at him and he wasn't really Premier League material. He went to Hull that relegated. We tried to, and I've also loaned this guy to them. I tried to actually buy, oh my god, I forgot the name, Huddlestone from them, but they actually accepted the money. We had like $40 million transfer budget, but he was asking for a shitload of salary, huge salary, like 100k. Then Nuno Gomes free transfer, who by the way was the second best transfer in the championship last season. William Gallas, bam, you played like crap, but it seems that he decides to play well for Créteil, who, anyway, they are not in the main league in France, so maybe that's why he's playing well. Marco Cassetti, he's out. Gary Woods, he's out. Luke O'Neill, he's out. And then this guy is out. Oh yeah, we basically signed this player. If you remember, I've loaned him last season, and he wasn't asking for much, and I said, okay, I will get him, because keep in mind that we might relegate, and we will need someone who is not afraid and to play in the championship. I mean, not afraid, but you know how these players are. Like, I'm not going to play in the championship. I'm a Premier League player. Please sell me. You know. So I decided to get him. Maybe I will get some money later on, because he's not like a really bad player. Off the ball sucks. I mean, I just noticed it, but off the ball, yeah. So he cannot really be a poacher, even that they say it's a poacher. Poacher needs to have off the ball, not only pace. Then we loaned, basically him. I'm not going to go over loans. But we are getting some money off Boyata, yeah. I will tell you about. And then we basically sold Almunia, and you will see exactly why. And after I sold him, I was like, I don't have 3 goalkeepers, I only have 2. So hopefully we are not going to have problems. And something that I love, when I finally got the final approval for Almunia to leave, I had another button to talk to Almunia, and I clicked talk, and I had some options to tell him and thank him for playing so well for the team, and that we enjoy having him and stuff like that. And he was like, and he came back whenever he wants, something like that. This was a pretty nice touch. I haven't seen that in Football Manager 2013. So our purchases, as you can see, we spend a lot. Daniel Maxwell from Bristol Rovers. It's basically a central defender, a youngster. As you might know, I love getting youngsters as early as possible. I still need to find a balance now between players to survive in the Premier League and some youngsters. And his potential ability is 4. It will probably go a bit below, because he's 16. When he will reach 17, he might be losing another star. We will see. His determination is 14, which is nice. Bravery, he has tackling, marking, and heading again, which is okay. We got Sonny on the free transfer. I remember this guy back from 4 or 5 years ago, when he was very young. He was good back then, and I remember him having a lot of preferred moves, and I was actually getting him and put him train some other youngsters in order for those youngsters to have his preferred moves. It was kind of a nice touch back then. The system was a bit different. So for free, he's not asking, let's say, for too much. And basically he has tackling, he has passing, he has marking, he has some heading, but then aggression, anticipation, bravery, very nice. Composure, okay. Work rate, which is something that I love to have at my players. Positioning and some teamwork. Stamina, strength. He's very decent, right? And he plays short, simple passes, which is something that I really want from a defensive player, right? I don't want him to lose the ball. I want him to win it and then safely pass it to someone who actually knows how to pass it, right? Then we got from Walshar, we got Josep Simoch. 16 years old, 4 stars potential. Unfortunately, he's injury prone, and that's a problem. I kind of forgot to check for this, or maybe the scout didn't actually saw it. It was kind of a battle for the youngsters. I actually forgot to check the youngsters, and then I reminded myself, and some of those youngsters actually had already bids on him, so I kind of rushed into it. He has dribbling, he has finishing, he has first touch, he has heading. He's super tall, as you can see already. At 16 years old, he's almost 2 meters. Some technique and determination, which is super nice. And he's slow, of course, because he's large, right? So maybe I can train him as a target man. As you can see, he's already being suggested that his best role is for as a target man. And right now I'm actually training him as quickness, because I do want to rise his stats a bit at pace. I mean, at least to 13 or something like that. And yeah, hopefully keep in mind, guys, we might look at this player in a couple of seasons if I will still be at Watford, and we will be like, hey, he was so young and he was so newbish. We bought Jelev Vossen. Yep, it was more of a personal. I was kind of crazy maybe to get him, but I really wanted to get him. Why? Because I remember him in 2013. He was playing super good, and I even offered like $50 million for him, and they didn't want to sell him. They asked for $70 million, and then I said no. I bought Mattia Destro. Bad decision, because he's injury prone. So as you can see, finishing 15, which is okay. Some heading, some long shots. But what I love about him is the aggression, anticipation, bravery, composure, concentration, creativity, decision, determination, leadership, stamina, and some pace also. So he's pretty good, right? I mean, he is 4 stars in my team. So let's see how he was. By the way, guys, this is a region and this is his name. Thank God Suleiman. And I'm not joking, I haven't set up a nickname for him. As you can see, his full name is Thank God Suleiman. And I can set a nickname like Terb, and his, as you can see, his full name will still be that, but it will be shown as my nickname. So that was the region name, right? He's 4 stars and a half. And if you look at his current stats, he doesn't really look that good. I mean, the other dude looked better somehow, because he already had dribbling and finishing and stuff like that. So let's see how he's going to develop. I'm currently training him at crossing, because the coaches suggested it, and every striker should have at least a little bit of crossing. I mean, his crossing is 3, and he needs to have at least 10, because the striker will sometimes be in a position where he will need to cross the ball. So maybe it's a good decision, maybe it's a bad decision. Again, there was a suggestion somewhere. Anyway, doesn't matter. As I've said, we got this guy for free. We got Luca Antonelli for free, and he actually injured himself 2 times right when the game started. Right before the season started, and then I was like, holy shit, we have a huge gap. We have a huge gap, and he's injury prone. And then I remembered, and I was like, oh no. But I mean, he's 3 stars and a half. We got him for free. Well, neither player are free, like almost never, because you will pay loyalty and agent fees. So we still paid some, and his contract is pretty. I mean, I'm paying 14k for an appearance when he's actually going to play. We sell on fee percentage. We are basically going to give him 20% when he's going to be sold, if he's going to be sold, right? So it's kind of a hefty contract, because it was hard to sign him because of money. He was asking for something like 50k. Well, he was asking for low, but didn't have money. He was asking for something like 30k, and then we promoted, and he was asking for 50k. But he is goodish, right? Good, and he played, decent last season. He had some assists, he had some goals. So, I was actually looking at different type of players to see, you know, big clubs always release players for free. And I was like, let's check some of these big clubs to see what players they released. And what do I see? Matej Delak. I know about this guy before he signed for Chelsea. And I was like, holy shit, we also actually needed a goalkeeper. And we got him for free. Unfortunately, his contract is going to expire in 1 year. I haven't noticed that when I gave him the contract. So in December, I will have to offer him a new contract. But he's 3 stars and a half. From 3 stars and a half. And he's a good goalkeeper. I mean, Almunia was already old. And our other backup goalkeeper is not really that well, but this guy has command of the area, which is nice, communication, which is nice, some aerial ability, 14 anticipation, positioning is not really that, 12, it's okay-ish, decisions only 10, but reflexes 16, which is nice, rushing out only 8, but we are not going to play with a high defensive line or stuff like that. We don't care about tendency of punch and throwing, eccentricity is 9, right in the almost right in the middle, right? 10 will be in the middle. Kicking okay. Handling 13, which is also okay. I mean, I was in Football Manager 2013. I was using Der Stegen, or however is his name. His handling was 10 or 11. And one was 113, which is also okay. I actually wanted to buy the guy from Middlesbrough, the goalkeeper, because Middlesbrough relegated into League One actually. And I wanted to actually buy, and they sold him? Yeah, they sold him. Yeah, oh my god, they sold him. I wanted to buy still. Let's see, transfer history. Where is he? I can't find him. Oh, never mind, out. They sold this guy. Oh my god, it's a young guy. They sold this guy. Jason Steele. They sold. He went to Chelsea. I actually wanted to buy Jason Steele, but and he was selling for $2 million, right? And he approved the contract, but I didn't have right on that moment. I didn't have the money because of stuff, and before I sold someone. I don't know. I had to do some loaning of some players and stuff like that in order to clear some of the wages. So I kind of had to pass, but he's now at Chelsea. I don't think he's going to play because Chelsea is going. Yeah, Chelsea have Peter Cech, and the third goalkeeper is Courtois. Yeah, so he's just going to sit there, Jason Steele. But I'm still happy that I got that dude. Delak, but it's just me or Delak got fat. I mean, he really looks fat in this picture. So I also saw Boyata, and I was like, okay, I kind of need another defender, I was thinking. And then I got him, and then I was like, oh man, I need to loan him fast in order to clear the wage, because I actually have, if you remember guys, I have 2 defenders. I have this guy. And this guy has a report of 4 stars and a half actually right now. He improved, right? And check his out. I mean, he's 13, okay, he can be improved, but then he has anticipation, he has decision, he has positioning, he has marking, heading. I mean, I can put him in and raise him even more. And I'm actually going to promote him right now. And then I also remember that I have Reese Brown, and he's also not really bad. I mean, I can put him as a backup in. And then so I realized that I don't actually need Boyata. I mean, right now. And maybe that was a bad decision to sign him up. And his anticipation is 7, which kind of sucks. And marking only 12. But again, we might actually go down in the championship again if I will survive. So, after Antonelli got injured, I was like, holy shit, I have a huge gap. I don't have another defender left. Pudil can play as a defender left, but then I don't have a midfielder left. So, problems rise, right? So I actually looked, it was, was talking with about 3 players together. And we finally, this guy approved, and I actually had that button to change the budgets from wage to transfers in order to get him, and I saw that button and I clicked yes, because to change the budgets, because I usually get yes or no. I mean, delay the transfer, yes, no, because of the money problems. So I saw this guy, okay, so I was okay, let's get him, because he has crossing 14, he has tackling, he has positioning, some marking, long shots, free kick, passing, some pace, stamina. Doesn't look bad, right? So I got him, and then I reminded myself, I remembered, we don't have a wingback defender right, because Faraoni can play as a defender right, but he's a midfielder right, and then I will have to play Sean Murray, right? And then I said, okay, let's try to finally get a defender right, and we agreed to this dude to loan him. He also seems decent, right? I mean, decent stats overall. He hasn't been playing that well, but none of the players played well. And we actually, check this out, this is a bug. Transfers in, I got this guy, 4 stars report. He seemed decent, he seemed for free, he agreed to the contract. I didn't have money, so I delayed the transfer for 1 week, and then after like 2 weeks I'm like, didn't this guy supposed to come again? And he didn't come again. As you can see, he is in talks with me. He's under transfer bid by Watford. Transfer date 15/7/2014, and I can't do anything. I can scout him, I can remove from the shortlist, and actually I should move him to the default shortlist. I can declare interest, find similar players, and that's it. I cannot cancel this. I can't do anything with this. So I thought that by the time that the transfer window will finish, the transfer will automatically cancelled, because I can't, well, maybe it will cancel since he's free. Maybe this will cancel when the free sign-up periods will end. But I can't actually do anything. Transfer status, as you can see. Watford are already in contract as with Smith and look forward to secure the player's signature. Contract offer. RSP has already accepted the contract offer, however, the conversion has been delayed at the current time. So what can I do? No freaking idea. And I actually want him because Manolev is not really playing that well. Manolev doesn't even speak English. So yeah. So let's see what's going to happen. Right now I will have to play with Burnley and then Reading, which are the 2 other teams that got promoted. So I should actually beat them if I want to survive in this league. Burnley already actually beated someone. So they have like 3 points. They beated Cardiff. So they already have 3 points. I'm at 1 point because of Newcastle, right? And look, they also have a 0-0. So they have 4 points. Reading, they are on the 13th spot. Reading managed to lose and then win with versus Fulham, and then they lost again. So basically, I don't know. We will have to see what will happen. I do need to beat them if I want to survive. Last season, if you wanted to survive, you needed to have at least 42 points, right? And that means that they managed to win 12, at least 12 or at least 10, but have some draws. So, I mean, Everton, who has a good team, finished in the 5th spot. So I'm not really sure how the hell we are going to survive this. However, I've learned my lesson. The tactics, I've added another tactic. I have this one. I'm still training. I mean, if you look here at... I'm training team cohesion round right now, and I usually let these 2 tactics only because I still want to train tactics. But since we are playing versus Burnley, I actually wanted to try to do some attacking movement. I'm not sure yet. I will have to decide later. I've added this one in case I don't have wingers or something like that, which I've never played like this. And then I've also added a classic 4-4-2. I also did the team instructions here, as you can see. and I added the higher tempo, and the familiarity immediately went a bit higher. The reason why I did this is because I had problems. I didn't have Forestieri was injured, so I simply did this. Watch this line. I simply did this. Changed to a 4-4-2, and the familiarity went a bit down. So only this small move already changed the familiarity, which, as I've said in the last episodes, it needs to be high. It's somehow much more sensitive. If your formation is not familiar, you will simply they will simply play like crap. So this is the current team that we have. Delac, we have Jonathan Bond, who, I don't know, let's say he's not really bad, right? Rushing out, reflexes, handling, he's not really that bad. We have Reese Brown, Tom Kearney, not sure how to pronounce this. I mean, this dude is really good actually. Not how he played recently, but how his stats are. I mean, and he's also improving. Check this out. Not here. He was improving. Then we have our defender, Gabriel Angela, and I actually got a lot of offers from both of my defenders. The last offer for this guy was something like $7 million. And I said, nope, I'm not going to sell my defenders. And he's even wanted by a club, by Stuttgart. Same thing with Ekstrand. I got 8 million for this guy, and look how his value is pretty low. And after I clicked cancelled for the defender, I was like, $8 million is actually a lot. I could have bought maybe something for that money, another defender from England or something, and then get some extra money to do something else. But I'm not sure. We only get 75% back. So, we also get this dude, which we are going to try to promote. We have Faraoni. We also got like $7 million or $8 million offer for him. I said nope. He played kind of bad. Crossing 15, but he's not really that good at crossing. I mean, I'm still training at crossing. As you can, yeah, that is why he went to 15, because I set him up to focus, and he went up. We got Antonelli as a defender left. Hopefully he's not going to injure himself. We got Manolev as a defender right. Well, he can play in a lot of positions. He can also play on the left side. Probably not really good, but at least he played there before. We have Pudil as a wide midfielder left. Teamwork, work rate, I like this. We got Irine, and Irine, a lot of the players, because we promoted, their salaries went up. And then I saw Irine with 31k, and I was like, oh no, shit, 31k. And I tried to sell him. I actually put the value 0, just hoping that someone will get him, and no one wanted to get him. And after I watched my whole team, I was, okay, he will still be backup because we don't have enough players. I actually have one extra room for another player, and I had to take something like 2 or 3 youngsters because I needed 8 players trained in England when they were young. We got Sonny. He's so sunny. His full name is actually Stephen Obaya Sunday. His name is Sunday. Jedinak, also is a defensive midfielder. He did a fault in the penalty area, and they got a penalty. I believe Chelsea got a penalty. So, and I just placed him in on the field. Kearney, of course, we looked at him. Sean Murray. Yeah, I promised him that I will work on my man management. I actually did some bad team talks, and he felt offended or something. His report says 4.5 stars. A weak area is consistency, which is kind of bad. Let's check out his training, his development actually. I'm training him as a wide midfielder. No real progress yet. Abdi, whose salary is pretty low. He's also wanted by 2 clubs. I'm not going to offer him a contract. Reading and Southampton, I'm not going to sell him. Forestieri, who got injured and only played like 1 game as an attacking midfielder center. I actually wanted to sell Assad, but no one wanted him. And then I said, okay, I'm going to keep him because, again, not enough players, and he can also play as an attacking midfielder center. But if I don't have Forestieri, I will pay this guy as an attacking midfielder center because he's much better than Lassad. We got Jelev Vossen, our basically maybe best player in the team, right, according to the stars. Dinley, who just came back, and he still didn't manage to play yet because he came back right when the Premier League started. And then we have Late Griffiths, who also didn't play too much. So we have strikers. We have some problems with the defenders left and right. And we will see what we will be able to do with this team. If we click on the report, you will see that the team depth chart. Yeah. The backups are not really that great. Not sure how I'm going to survive. I will have to see. Maybe some magic is going to happen. I don't know. Hopefully. Let me actually show you in England season summary. Last season, actually I can only see the last season. Winners: Manchester United basically relegated Sunderland, Hull, and Crystal Palace. Wilfred Bony from Swansea was the top goal scorer with 22. David Silva, most assists from Manchester City. Highest average rating, also David Silva. Overachievers, Swansea. Underperformers, Tottenham. Signing of the season, Matuidi for $8.25 million. He's good. And Newcastle, this guy for free. That came to Newcastle for free. This Japanese guy, Honda. And he came from, and he's looking pretty good. He came from CSKA Moscow. Worst signing of the season, this dude from Southampton. In the Championship, Reading winners promoted Reading, Burnley, and Watford. Relegated Middlesbrough, Sheffield Wednesday, and Leeds. Top goal scorer Jordan Rhodes, who by the way signed for West Brom. He's good. This guy is really, really good. Trust me, if you can get him. Most assist Burke from Birmingham. Highest average rating, of course, Rhodes. Oh, overachievers Yeovil actually. Underperformers Leeds. Signing of the season Billy McKay from Wigan for 2.1. Runner-up Watford Zuno Gomes. I told you that he played well. And the worst signing of the season, Nottingham Forest. This guy. Winners in League One, Wolves, of course. And this guy is top goal scorer, and no one bought him. He's teamless. Anyway, thanks guys for watching this first episode from season 2. And don't forget to write your suggestions in the comments below. This was more of an overview of this new season that just started. Let's hope for the best. What the hell? Every time I'm talking. So goodbye guys. Thanks for watching.